Hello everyone and welcome to Counselor Feature Friday. I'm your host, Brian Urban. In these features, I hope to give you some simple tips, tidbits, and tricks to make your days easier and your patients happier. In this feature, we're going to talk about line item bundles. This is a feature where you can group together different products and services so they can be added very, very quickly to a super bill or to an invoice. So let's take a look. We're going to start here within a patient visit. Now let's say in this evaluation we performed an audio, we clicked auto calculate codes, which generated a lot of the standard audiology codes. But beyond that, let's say we also did a V&G for this patient, right? Now you certainly could add the V&G codes in straight away. That works as well. Or if you said, hey, I'd like to add a group of these services in one go, what you do is you click here on Edit Superbill. And at the top, once bundles are set up, and I'll show you where they're set up in just a moment, but once they're in place, you'll see the list added here. You can then click on the grouping that you wish to add. So in this case, you can see there's number 3 next to it. It's going to add 3 line items. Okay, so these are most frequently used for specialty testing, V&G, tinnitus, central auditory processing, perhaps pediatric testing, speech pathology, electrophys, right? There are a variety of other ways that can be used as well. Also used in unbundling methods as well. We'll get to that a little more in the invoice section. But the idea is that with that single click, we've added all 3. The codes that are available with those are also populated, and of course you can add any modifiers like normal. So just a very quick way of adding a group, a bundle of codes all at once. Now let's go ahead and let's jump into an invoice for this patient. So we're going to go ahead and let's take a slightly different approach. Let's say we want to add a bundle related to hearing instruments. Now this can be the case if perhaps you work with Medicaid, right? And they have a very specific set of services and codes you need to add. Perhaps you're unbundled, as I referenced before. Whatever the case may be, if you said, hey, I want to add, once again, a group all at once. When you create the invoice, instead of going through and selecting each service or product one by one, you would click here on Import Bundle. Then you pick your bundle. In this case, we'll pick the binaural fitting. And what we'll see is that now we've added 3 services and or products, right? So this gives you, once again, a very quick way of adding those with very few clicks. Now this could also be service packages. Maybe you include a couple boxes of batteries and a warranty and all kinds of different things. So anytime that you are adding services or products to the super bill or the invoice, and you say, gosh, it'd be really nice if I could just add these all at once, right? And in some cases, you may even take sort of an opt-out method, meaning that you might say, hey, let's take all of the services we may add to this hearing aid fitting, for example, and then take one away if we need to, because it's a lot easier, of course, to add 5 at once and then pull one out than it is to add 4 one by one. So hopefully, this can be a service that, speeds up some of this invoicing process. Now, in order to set up a line item bundle, you click on Administration in the top menu bar, and then down towards the left here, we'll click on Line Item Bundles. You can see there's the 2 that I've already set up. These can be named whatever you like, right? So you can pop in here, let's just very generically put a test one in. We'll say Continue, and this is then when you start going through and saying, what do I want in my bundle? So I'll choose the line item of service. I can pick, let's just grab something random here, comprehensive audio. Then I can choose the code that I want displayed. You can change the quantity, although typically, in the case of services, you would leave it as 1. And there we go, add. And now we add the next. So now we're saying with this as well, let's add another service, and this time it's going to be tympanometry. Now this is really not a great example because you typically wouldn't put this in a bundle, but just to give you an idea, because these codes are automatically detected through the standard processes within Counselor. That's the reason why you wouldn't typically have these as a bundle, but you certainly could. So point being though is once we've added, let's say these 2, and click Save, you'll see now that test bundle is now in place and will be available within the super bill as well as within the invoice screens. So of course, if you have any questions about how to add or utilize bundles, please let us know. We'd be happy to talk this through with you and answer any questions that you may have. So thank you very much for joining us for today's Counselor Feature Friday, and as always, have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.